Right? Do you have a tweet ready? Because
Sources say we're live. Yeah, and sources say I just shared the tweet that we are live.
always have to remember to unblock you. You know.
Yeah, I don't blame you. And I just sent the TDM Premium Expert Forum Slackers an FYI that we're also live. So we should be in good shape. It's just waiting for people to get in here and acknowledge our existence.
Well, while they do that, let's I'll get it started.
Well, no, you can't do the intro until we get a comment. That's
all right. That's
the rules the rules are hard and fast.
All right.
We cannot start the show until somebody comments and says hello. No pressure. Sorry to say I do not have a Pepsi.
That is well, Pepsi didn't sponsor this podcast today, so that's fine.
Well, that's perfect.
Yeah.
If anyone is watching, please say hello so we can start. No, it's Arbonne. Oh, there we go. We got Luke, Daniel, and DL. Hello.
All right, ready? Here we go.
We can start now.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes here on the Draft Dudes podcast, presented by Locked On. It's Joe Marino and Kyle Krabs from the Draft Network, and we are your hosts here on this live episode of Would You Rather, live on YouTube just before the Jets and Broncos kick off.
It's October.
And in your podcast feed on Friday. Kyle, it just hit me. It's October. Did you know that?
No, I had a little voice in my head saying it, though, as you were rolling us in.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy to think that it's October already. This wretched year is soon over.
Yeah, well, hopefully the turn of the calendar just magically makes all the issues disappear, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
I have a feeling that probably won't be the case, but we're all in the maze together, and we need to figure out how to get the cheese.
Oh, there's our first maze.
First one of the night.
Oh, boy. Oh, wow.
It's going to be a long 30 minutes, so let me tell you right now.
All right, well, I've got good would you rathers for you. So
great.
Shall we?
No, can I go first?
Yes.
I know I'm a little light on the pocket right now. So if you have uncomfortable hypotheticals, we'd love them in the comments. So we can probably tackle a couple of them today. Joe, would you rather be a Jets or Giants fan right now?
I think I'd rather be a Giants fan.
Explain yourself.
Wait.
Oh, see, now he's second guessing. See, it's simple, but it's also quite the conflict.
This is good. This is one of your better ones.
Thank you. The few but mighty today for my hypothetical.
I'm switching over to
You're going back to Jets.
Yeah,
I'm
on the. No, it is. It's a little bit draft capital, and I think that the Jets are closer to a reset, than the Giants are.
That's
because
fair.
There's some complicated issues there. Gettleman's probably not going to survive the year, but you got Joe Judge, and I don't necessarily love what I've seen for him, and they've drafted their quarterback more recently than the Jets did. So I feel like because I'm closer to a rebuild, because I have the additional draft capital, that I'm getting a new coach. I like Joe Douglas.
Mm-hmm.
I got picks, so
it helps to have a GM candidate that you like too.
Yeah.
Like we both really like Joe Douglas as like the personnel guy.
Yeah. So it's the Jets. I was originally thinking the Giants because I'm like, they might be a little further ahead, but not really. They're really not because
not if you're going back to square one.
Yeah, yeah. So it would be tough though. I'd have to root against the Bills. Be really difficult.
Yeah, somehow I think you'd be all right.
All right, here we go. Your first one. Let's keep it about the Jets here. So you are the Miami Dolphins. All right.
Okay.
Last week I gave you this wonderful scenario where I gave you the Cleveland Browns offense and all these different things that you could pick. Now, Instead, this week, you are forced to swap position groups with the New York Jets. Your players for the Jets players. Would you rather it be quarterback, running back, offensive line, pass catchers, wide receiver, tight end, D-line, linebacker, or secondary? I'll give you the whole thing, but you have to replace exactly what you have with what the Jets have.
Offensive tackles.
No, it's offensive line.
No. The answer is offensive tackles.
This is my would you rather. Do you want you got to take the whole thing, the whole damn thing.
Offensive tackles.
It's not one of your options.
Okay, so quarterback, running back.
O-line,
pass catchers, defensive line,
mm-hmm.
linebackers,
In secondary, so the whole secondary.
Yeah, there's no good answer here at all. Maybe I'd go with running backs because I can just flush them down the toilet in 18 months.
At least you get, and P. Ryan's young and has something.
Yeah, I like P. Ryan as a prospect, but like Frank Gore, Lev Bell are your top two guys. I have to bring Kalen Ballage back to the mix, like whoop-de friggin' do. I'd probably go running back because it's the easiest to get out of.
Okay. I thought maybe you'd go defensive line, but no.
Zach Seiler, baby.
All right.
Zach
there you go. Running backs because it's the easiest position to recreate. Got it.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. Now, do me a favor. Hit me with a joint effort here.
Okay. All right.
Because we have a couple we're sharing today.
We do. And so this is all right. So you're forced. Now we both are forced. So we both have to work through this to put cash on one current winless NFL team to turn the season around and make the playoffs.
Oh, Lordy.
So the current winless teams in the NFL: Eagles, Bengals, Vikings, Texans, Giants, Broncos, Falcons, Jets. So again, keeping it with somewhat of the theme for Thursday Night Football, we got two of those teams represented here. So who are you believing in?
How much money are we putting in?
But look, for all the pride, everything that matters, like you have to pick this. It matters a lot. Which one of those teams is going to get turned around and make the playoffs?
Houston.
You got 7 spots.
Houston.
Is that because of just
Houston did this 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
They started 0-3 2 years ago and made the playoffs.
Yeah, this is what you got to do here. I think is pick the best quarterback, right?
That helps.
I mean, Houston
and the weakest division.
Correct. So Tennessee's 3-0, but I don't know that you're going to make up that ground. You're already 3 games back, man.
Yeah, but we didn't say win the division. We said make the playoffs.
Right. You got to make the playoffs.
So Houston, if you can sweep the Colts and sweep the Jags, that's 4 wins right there.
Yeah.
They play the AFC North this year, correct? They do,
yes, they
because
do.
the East and West play each other.
Yep. They've already played 2 of those games too. Baltimore and
they played the hard ones.
Yeah, Baltimore and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. So that could be if Deshaun balls out, they can beat Cleveland, no questions asked. They can beat Cincinnati, no questions asked. So now we're up to 6. I need to find 3 more wins through the other 7 games to get me to 9.
Well, and just looking at the field here, you're putting a fork right now in the Jets, the Giants, right?
Correct. They're done.
All right, Eagles, they're 0-2-1. They're 0-2-1.
They're done. I get that division's going to stink.
Right. So that's interesting.
But the Eagles are in really bad shape. They are in horrible shape on the offensive line. Carson Wentz looks like a shell of himself from 2 years ago.
He's not sleeping.
Congrats on the sex. He lost his superpowers.
Hopefully it doesn't hit Patrick Mahomes in the same way. Just announced he's got a baby on the way.
Right. He's thrown 2 picks in every game so far this year.
Carson?
Yeah. 3 touchdowns, 6 picks.
But the division, right?
But they've already lost to Washington once.
Okay.
So it's like, that was one of your gimme games that you should get back on track with. I don't trust him to sweep Dallas. And I don't trust him to sweep. Oh, maybe I trust him to sweep the Giants.
Dude, the way that the Cowboys are moving the football, passing, got to be a nightmare for the Eagles.
Rex Smith with a great point.
What's that?
Eagles still have to play the Seahawks, Ravens, and Steelers.
Well, so do the Cowboys. They've already lost to the Seahawks.
All right, so that's one less they got to do.
So, but I mean, it's not different. Hopefully, they don't tie the Bengals.
I'm taking Houston.
All right, I am too.
Okay, cooler heads prevail.
All right,
let's see. I saw a couple interesting ones here in the comments. Here's a good one from Dickie G. Would you rather watch Jets versus Broncos or do an extended YouTube live show?
I'm happy to watch Jets and Broncos. I know I'm such like a football dork, but like, I mean, there's still young players that I want to watch. I want to see what type of life the Jets have.
Fan, baby.
I've been watching the Jets all damn year because they're one of my teams. And let me tell you, that's not my favorite 3 hours that I spend in tape. But it's part of what I do.
Just do the condensed game, courtesy of our friends over at NFL.
Because I want to watch Becton and Williams on the all 22 at end zone cams.
Fair enough.
That's what it comes down to for me. Yeah.
I promised myself I wouldn't get like negative Nancy about, or wouldn't get negative about the bad football games on the slate, because there was that uncertainty if we were going to get football at all.
Yeah.
So I told myself at the beginning of the year, like, man, like the schedule's going to have some stinkers. Like you're going to watch like some bad college teams play that haven't had a lot of build up to the beginning of the season. Like, be thankful. So I would rather watch Jets Broncos as well.
I want to go to the bullpen here.
Okay.
First of all, happy birthday to Rahul from TDN Premium Slack. And he sent one in advance of the show, and it's a good one. He says, as New England, would you rather re-sign Cam Newton at his estimated market value, according to Spot Rack, which is $31.5 million a season, or sign Dak Prescott at his estimated value of $37.8 million per year? Let's assume they're both 4-year deals.
So here's the thing.
This is easy for me, man.
It's Dak.
Yes. You want to know why? Because he's not hurt all the time.
Yes. And he's younger.
Right.
He's got better durability over the last couple of years. And in the grand scheme of quarterback money, what's the difference between 31 and 37?
It's not much at all.
I'm not asking like basic arithmetic. I'm asking like what percent is that?
Oh, yeah. So while
my producer's working on it.
While you're figuring that out,
it's 19%.
It's fine. It's fine.
Give me the guy I'm going to be confident is going to play every single game for the extra 19%.
I think Dak to New England, which I hope does not happen. I think that is a great opportunity for Dak to shed the things that I think have held him back from achieving success as a quarterback. Like, he's been statistically very productive, but I'm talking about you're measured by wins and losses, right? I know quarterback wins. It's not a plurality type thing. But for Dak to start getting the respect in terms of team success to go with the production, him in New England is a dream. And let's hope it doesn't happen as fans of rival teams. Happy birthday, Rahul.
Happy birthday, Rahul. Daniel. Like his Abby. I am sad. Would you rather...
Giants fan?
It looks like I'm going to assume it is a Giants fan because he's got that Giants blue hoodie on. If that's even him, might just be a meme. I don't know. Would you rather draft a top 5 player in the first round every year and the 24th best player in every other round, or draft a top 5 player in each round of day 3 and the 24th best player in rounds 1 through 3? So would you rather get an elite player and then a marginally... You're going to be super top heavy that way.
I also believe in my ability to find players too. You know, I mean, we watch the draft every year. We look at our boards every year, and every single time there's a pick, there's guys I'm like, oh man, I like these players. I like these players. I like these players.
And then you get irrationally pissed off when that 6th round pick on a guy that inevitably won't be on your roster in 3 years anyway doesn't get spent the way you want it to for another guy who's not going to make a roster.
Correct.
For 3 years.
Correct. Remember, we were in on Tanner Vallejo. We're watching the draft together. The Bills drafted Tanner Vallejo. We both lose our minds.
Like, I can't believe they got him.
Reasons, right? For different reasons. Well, what's Tanner Vallejo up right now? He ain't helping the Bills. So
I remember I loved Neville Hewitt, speaking of linebackers.
Yeah, but he's like that was a good. Okay, you were way too high on him, but he's been a good player.
Yeah. I mean,
he's like still around starting for the Jets.
He's still starting for the Jets. Okay, like
listen. Starting.
So do we have an answer here?
Would you rather draft a top 5 player in the first round every year and the 24th best player in every round, or draft a top 5 player in each? I think I got to go with the top. I mean, stars win football games. I want the chance at the elite talent. So
because you still have free agency to supplement.
Yeah.
UDFAs. Give me the blue chip players.
Kyle.
Yes, Joe.
Would you rather have a personal chef or a personal maid?
Oh my goodness, this is incredibly difficult. Was this one of the two you had tailor-made for me?
Yeah. Okay. No, I don't know where this came from. I had this down last week and it's a holdover that I didn't get to.
Oh man.
All your food.
The peel, no food prep at all.
Never. Whatever you want.
That'd be amazing. And I can get whatever I want. I can guarantee it's healthy and
prepare. Yeah, just someone to clean up all your messes, fold your laundry, put it away, clean the bathroom.
Here's the thing. I don't do a lot of that around the house now because when I do it, it's not done the way my wife would like it done. So she just does it again anyway.
I don't feel like that's the story I've received from you in the past.
So, as a result, I'm taking the chef.
Imagine Kyle not meeting expectations for cleaning standards in his own house.
Brother, it gets done and it's perfectly fine. But it wasn't the way that she would have done it. She also finds vacuuming like oddly therapeutic. She could like vacuum all day.
Yeah.
It's something about like the clean lines in the carpet or whatever. It's kind of fun.
I'm very embarrassed to talk. So my wife just purchased a vacuum and I do not want to share how much that thing cost. Oh
yeah.
Realize
appliances in general. This is our peak dad.
Just go get a $60 Hoover from Walmart. No,
let me tell you.
No, that happened last time. That's what I told her to do, and that vacuum sucks. All right. Pun intended, but the opposite.
Wow.
So now we've got the Cadillac vacuum. So
right when I first started scouting, it was probably 8 years ago at this point. I lived in it was probably a 210 square foot studio apartment. I lived in there with a cat and a dog. Okay. You know what I used to vacuum the floors in there?
Well, dustbuster?
Yes. One of the little handheld things. I literally just it was done in 10 minutes. I did it once a week. And I think it made it 8 cycles before I blew the motor out on it because all the pet hair and shit. But I have great fond memories of that little dirt. It was a little red dirt devil. So.
All right, Kyle. The 2019 NFL draft, it was loaded with defensive tackle prospects, right?
Okay.
So you're the Miami Dolphins. You have a chance to pick any one of them that you want right now to be on your team.
Hypotheticals.
Well, I just have to give you some team. The team, you want to pick a different team? That's fine.
No, I don't.
Pick the Raiders, a 4-3 Paul Gunther defense. It doesn't matter.
No, I don't.
You get your chance to have any one of them that was picked in the first round. Would you rather have Quinnen Williams, Ed Oliver, Christian Wilkins, Dexter Lawrence, Jeffrey Simmons, or Jerry Tillery? They're all standing in front of you. You get to have the one you want. He's been the best one. He's been best one, but
Jeffrey,
you know what you thought of Quinnen? Christian Wilkins has been good for the Dolphins.
Yeah, Christian's been great. But I'm still taking Jeffrey Simmons.
All right.
He's been a terror thus far. Never mind the feats of healing that I don't know if he went and dipped himself in the Holy Grail or what, but the dude came back from an ACL and played and was a monster in 8 months.
Yeah.
Less than 8 months.
Weird stuff, man.
Yeah. Okay, here you go. I like this one. Would you rather, from CajunFlame, have a jack of all trades but a master of none type player at wide receiver or running back? Can we think of an example of both of these players? For example, at running back, I'd say Myles Gaskin, who's taking the majority.
That was the exact name in my mind.
Yeah, he's a master. He's a jack of all trades, and that's why he's playing the majority of snaps for the Dolphins because they're not tipping their hand on what they're going to do.
Starting running back for my fantasy team, Mr. Myles Gaskin.
Oh, good luck to you.
I dropped Matt Breida.
The smart call.
Good luck, brother. I thought you'd have a big role.
Now watch. Gaskins will probably sprain his ankle, miss 2 weeks,
right,
and Breida's going to blow up just because you did that.
That's how it goes. Yep. Okay, so Myles Gaskin or what? I would have Myles Gaskin right there at the end of the discussion because this wide receiver you're going to give me is so replaceable. He could
but so are running backs.
Yeah, it's true. I could find Myles Gaskin all day, every day.
He was a 7th round pick for a reason.
Correct.
So who is the jack of all trades wide receiver?
The master of none?
Yes, but a master of none. Just like a regular pedestrian.
Is it Isaiah Ford?
That's a good example. Maybe like Josh Reynolds on the Rams, who I love coming out.
Yeah, he's got really fun. He might have a little bit of like a plus trait with his ball skills.
Zach Rogers says Chris Godwin. Zach, get out of here.
What? Zach,
get out of here.
What is that?
That's nonsense.
Come on, who's the fourth receiver for
what about one of these? What about one of these Packers wide receivers?
Taywan Taylor, Rashard Higgins.
Oh, there you go. Rashard Higgins is the perfect answer here. Hollywood Higgins at wide receiver or Myles Gaskin at running back. This is how you know it's a good hypothetical, because you're just like, either way. Like, so I can take or leave literally either of them.
Like I have to play him?
Yeah, you got to play him.
Gaskin.
Really?
Yeah, because I want more dynamic players at receiver.
I'd probably take Hollywood to be my wide receiver 3, and then I can still get more dynamic options at 1 and 2 and get an upgraded running back.
If you don't have a running back that's super valuable to your offense, then you never have to pay him.
It's true. You also never have to run the ball, which is a nice bonus too. I know I'm preaching the choir, Mr. 10 personnel Buffalo over here.
Brother, it's a beautiful thing. Give me all the receivers. Draft a couple 3rd-round backs and let's go.
What else you got?
I have another one.
Okay. I got another answer.
All right, here it is. You are forced. This is the opposite of the one I gave you earlier. You are forced to put cash on one current undefeated NFL team to miss the playoffs. Would you rather that be the Seahawks, Packers, Bears, Chiefs, Bills, Titans, or Steelers? Which one of those 3-0 teams would you bet on to miss the playoffs if you had to do it?
Is Paige still watching?
And that's exactly why I put this on here.
Paige, can you confirm in the comments whether or not you are still watching the live stream? Please. I don't want an HR email tomorrow morning.
So what are your odds of making the playoffs at 3-0? NFL?
At 3-0, I think it's 75%.
Got to be pretty good, right? Tell you what it is.
I'm putting cash that it's 75%. And you see my hands here. I'm touching
it is 75%.
Ba-ba!
See, you're living in this right now. Let's see here. If you're 1 and 2, yeah. Oh, 1 and 2.
It's like a 25% chance.
Wait, wins 1, 2. Yeah, 25% chance. Yeah.
Oh, 2 for 2 there. 2 for 2.
I think you have it memorized because you've been like me for your whole life, just kind of going through this chart. We got a chance.
Oh, shit, we lost again this week. Luke says Steelers or Bears. I strongly disagree with Steelers. This defense is elite this year. Yeah, their pressure percentages, and they blitz the shit out of you with Mike Hilton off the edge, which I love.
Mike Hilton's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Watt's unbelievable.
They got how many elite defensive players does Pittsburgh have on their defense?
Tuitt, Hayward, Watt,
Minka. Yes.
Yeah, Minka.
And then you got really good young guy, Devin Bush.
I mean, Dupree. Steven Nelson's a good player. I mean, I want to deal with them.
I'd be willing to bet this team makes the postseason comfortably. I think we projected them at 10 wins.
Yeah, I mean, with 7 playoff spots, I mean.
Yeah, they'll probably have more than 10, to be honest with you. The answer is Chicago. Their run defense has been greatly hurt by Eddie Goldman's absence. They made this change at quarterback. Nick Foles. I don't know how they won the game. You see the one touch, the one pass he had? Literally went right through a defender's hand. It was the Josh Rosen comeback against Texas A&M all over again. Chicago.
I agree with you. I think it's the Bears.
Okay. I'm glad you said it out loud as well.
I think all the rest of those teams are making the playoffs, don't you?
Clinton, I'm sorry. Clinton says, don't do my Bears like that. Here you go. Josh, would you rather be a Detroit Lions fan or an Atlanta Falcons fan right now based on the assets and coaching of both teams?
I mean, here's the thing about being a Lions fan.
You have zero expectations every year?
Yeah, that's the point that I keep making about Jim Caldwell and him going 11-5, 9-7, 7-9, 9-7.
Yeah, we both agree it was the worst thing they've done in this millennium.
But it's that's the best stretch they've ever had.
Do you know they won 11 games in 2014?
With Jim Caldwell.
Yeah.
I don't have a great trust there. Atlanta got a cool stadium. They both have cool stadiums. I'd rather be a Falcons fan based on assets and coaching. Falcons are negative cap space, and they're going to get a new coaching staff.
Yep.
They're both of these teams are in trouble. I pick Atlanta.
But you're going to be a Falcons fan. Okay.
Yeah. I think, again, I have to stay true to the criteria he's giving us. Assets and coaching. You're both getting a new coach, so it's a wash,
both
right?
Reset there.
And yes. Detroit has better assets. So the answer based on this criteria is 100% Detroit. Other factors introduced, give me the Falcons.
Very good.
Just have to be honest about it, right? Take it as it's given here.
You got any more?
No, I've emptied out my tank.
Exhausted the tank. Here you go, Luke. Good one for us to finish with. Topical to tonight's game. Would you rather start a team with Drew Lock or Sam Darnold at quarterback?
Start a team.
Start a team, which means you're probably going to be invested in this player for a little while.
Sam Darnold.
Probably. I mean, we're going to see it tonight. Nobody's open. That's always tough because you criticize decision-making and holding on to the football and this and that and the other thing, but it's you watch the Jets play, and I know you know this because you've been watching the Jets all season as one of your assignment teams. Who's open? Nobody's open.
I mean, I don't love Gase's offense. I don't think he does much to help him. But it's hard. It's hard for me to be overly critical of Sam. It really is. And that my sentiments right there don't mean that he's going to turn it around or anything like that. I think he's got a lot to work through and he's got a lot to recover from, but I think there's enough there to believe in that in this scenario. I think that what I go back to is my pre-draft assessments a little bit. And I like Darnold better than I did Locke, even though I had them somewhat similarly graded.
Likewise.
But
also, fun fact, if you're starting a team with him, you get him away from Adam.
Right.
Who was it that went off on Adam the other day? I think it was Emmanuel Acho. And he dropped the hammer on Gase, and it was really funny. He's like, Gase convinced the world that Ryan Tannehill wasn't good, and he convinced the world that Kenyon Drake wasn't good, and he convinced the world that Devontae Parker wasn't good, and now he's convinced us that Le'Veon Bell's no good, and he's getting ready to convince you that Sam Darnold's no good too. It's player after player after player. And that didn't even get in the defensive side of the ball, although the underachievers that were under him that have gone elsewhere and thrived.
Yeah, man. I think Gase is not somebody you can defend, right? He should have no fans. There should not be one fan of Adam Gase that exists. There's no upside. There's no reason to buy into that man.
Correct.
Unless you're paying him $6 million a year to coach your football team, and you don't want to also pay him to not coach your football team. Because coaches' contracts are locked in, man.
They are, but doubling down on mistakes is even worse than paying a guy.
Right. If I was a billionaire, I probably wouldn't care about that.
Right.
And I'd want to get a coach that can actually win.
Here you go. Zach with the great, this isn't takes on takes, but our last comment here. Gase is a great head coach to ensure your number one pick for the next draft.
That's what I thought about Doug Marrone. That's exactly, I said the same thing. I said Doug Marrone's part of the process here. Keeping him around ensures you get that number one pick. Well, they've won a game.
They came out inspired.
They won a game.
They did come out and they ran into the mighty buzzsaw that is the Miami Dolphins.
They sure did.
At
play those guys on a short rest.
I hate to play it.
We're Jets fans tonight, though, right? Got to get them a win, brother. Got to get them away from Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, probably. We're probably rooting for the Jets.
Go Jets, baby.
J-E-T. I can't. No, I'm glad we split it because I wasn't going to be able to do the whole thing. Kyle Krabs, Joe Marino, pregame's over. Thursday Night Football kicking off here in just a couple minutes. So we're going to let you go. If you're listening to this on Friday, Mondays and Thursdays, youtube.com, the Draft Network, our stream, Takes on Monday, Would You Rather on Thursdays. This is becoming quite the fun little tradition that we have going on, and we look forward to bringing it to you for the remainder of the season. That is right, Nick. JETS, just end the season. We're done. Thanks for listening. Enjoy the football this weekend, and we will talk to you guys again on Monday.